Hey everybody, welcome back. This is In for the Win. We're playing Dwarf Fortress. We're on our Top Cities episode 3. We've got a couple of migrant waves showed up and they're so nice to bring us like a whole whack load of children. How do you check that? I think we got like 8 out of our 22 dwarfs are kids. So we're in the process of setting up some rooms for them all. Now, I don't know if dwarf children need their own rooms. If you know, you could definitely let me know in the comments. But it's something I will still make a room for everybody just to try and keep them happy. So where are we at? 7, 14, that's 18, and that's 22. Okay, so we have exactly enough rooms. Are we making beds? Do we have a work order for beds? Sure. I don't know if that's already been completed or if they're working on that one right now. Anyways, we've got a couple of workshops set up. At the end of last one, I forgot to set up a carpenter's, and so they're going to be producing beds here for us. We set up a mechanics workshops, and they're producing mechanisms now. So the reason why we did that is we want to kind of enclose our base in a little bit. So when we look here, if we scroll up a layer, this is open space here. So I think what we'll do, shale and a smear of dwarven rind. What we'll do is we'll set up a gate. Well, I call it a gate, but we're going to set up a bridge here and it's going to act as our gate. Or maybe we should do it here. If we press R, it tells us where our up ramps are. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to dig out and we're going to get rid of these up ramps here and these up ramps here just to make it a little more clear. But then what we'll do is actually we'll set up our gate, our drawbridge right there. So there's not going to be a moat or anything, but we're going to go under constructions and we're going to go to bridge. So we'll span it between these two. And so the main thing we want to make sure is that it's opening up in the right direction. So the arrow is telling you where the gate's going to pull back to. So we want it to go to the left in this case. So I don't know if you need to make them too wide or too wide. I don't know what it requires, but all I know is that it's not going to hit this ceiling and not be able to close. So what we'll do is we'll select material and we're going to build a 3x3, and there's a lot of red up here, so I think we'll just use limestone to make it look a little different. So they're going to come in here and they're going to make that bridge. Now I've got a barracks here and people training, so I'm going to want to put a lever somewhere so that they can close the bridge. But in my mind, you want it to have somewhere where there is dwarfs hanging out. So there's going to be dwarfs here, there's going to be dwarfs on the craft floor, but because I've got dwarfs here training, I think we'll just put the... Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to put it down here. I like it to feel like it's a little more secure. We're going to put a mechanism and a lever, which is going to require one of the... what are they called? Mechanisms, right. So we'll put a lever. Let's just, for now... Should we put it up here? We'll put it up by the mayor's or the manager's office. So the boxing mechanism will be used there. Looks like they're crafting some more beds. I guess this is a good test. So yeah, it looks like the work order starts at 8 out of 8 and it works its way down. So they're making some more beds. So while they're crafting those, we'll put our beds in the rooms. Use closest for the case of beds. Put as many as we have. Okay, and then now that they're just even there, we can go bedroom and use the multi-feature, and we'll throw those down. Now, I used to kind of make cabinets and coffers and split stuff up, but from what I've determined is that dwarfs are filthy creatures, and they're gonna throw food and stuff in their room. So in my mind, what we really want to do is give these guys a place for their junk. And then that way, as far as I can tell, it's not going to rot everywhere. So we're going to throw down as many coffers slash chests as we have. Our food and drink are looking okay. We always want to make sure that our guys aren't starving. And we've got stuff being harvested or slash plump helmets. We've got this set up as our dormitory for new dwarfs. Did they be able to a couple more beds? They did. So we'll just set it up. So now there's 22 bedrooms officially. So that'll cover every one of the dwarfs we have. And then new dwarfs show up, they have room to stay in the meanwhile. We've got a chest in here for our the drunken jester, our inn slash tavern, and we've assigned a performer and a tavern keeper, which isn't, I don't think, required right off the get go, but it's nice to have. And we want to have some mugs in here, so our dwarfs. Actually, let's just go straight up to 50. We want to have mugs in here so our dwarfs can drink. So we'll let them move some mugs over there. Now, do I have a work order crafting mugs? Yes, I clicked shale mugs, and what are the parameters? If empty shale mugs is less than 50, so we're going to change that to 100 so that there's some if we need to sell them. That's finished goods. Sometimes does get confusing when you're playing multiple games and you forget where you're at. So in this scenario, I wanted our main industry to be iron or steel, and right now we're lacking the actual like resources needed. We don't have any well, I shouldn't say we're lacking, but to make a like an effective industry, we need to have proper fuel source, and this map is not well suited for burning wood. I do not. I mean, I've got a fair bit of trees. I could make do, but I don't want to rely on trees. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more of exploratory mining. So this floor we have our hospital on, and this floor we have nothing. So as far as I know, we're in the sedimentary layer. I think we've gone lower than the clay and the dirt, but I don't know exactly where the stuff can spawn, so we're just going to do a little bit of exploring. We'll go to our mining, and we're going to change it to lower priority. But I'm going to have them dig out a little bit here, and we'll dig out a hallway here, and we'll dig out... Yeah, we can always change this stuff later, but basically I want to see if I can find some actual material that we can use for smelting more effectively before we start burning through our wood just to make charcoal and stuff. I don't even have that set up yet. So expedition leader, blah blah blah. So we got somebody who's doing a really good job of crafting already. Zephon. It looks like he's some, is he a masterwork? He's a performer, but his skills, oh, he's an expert stone crafter. Good to know. I'm still gonna have him hanging out in the tavern and doing his thing, but yeah, he absolutely needs to be crafting something. So I think on this layer too, we'll have them mine out, even though there's a ton of it, we'll have them mine out that stuff. Actually, let's do this one as a 4. And hopefully we'll find some bituminous coal or lignite. And then I think we'll go down one more layer too. Okay, so I've made it so the game pauses when we see thieves. So, in theory, these guys aren't going to make it close enough to actually steal anything. But we'll attract this guy and see what happens. He's like, maybe. And then he's like, nope, he's gone. Sees people, he's not able to sneak in. So the thief's just going to take off. Now, I have had times where the thief did get away. I don't know if they were really sneaky, if I didn't have any guards or anything. Oh, see, I don't even have the guards up here right now. Maybe I should switch them to constant training. Let's put them on constant training for now, and that way they should be up here all the time. They'll take breaks for their beverages and food, of course. So they built the bridge now. So the main thing we want to do is make sure we can do something with the bridge. So what we want to do is we want to go to that lever that we've built, and we want to link an item. So it can be on a different floor. So as soon as we do that, it doesn't show it here, but down here it's going to add a little... Didn't it? Did they do it already? Let's see what happens when they pull a lever. No. Oh, I don't have any mechanisms. That's the problem. I need another mechanism to link it. So I want to go back to this threshold and set it to there too. And then is that in here? Should be here eventually. Because yeah, we'll wait for that to happen, and then we'll link it. Our bedrooms are down there. We can probably go and add a couple more chests since they're crafting them a bit at a time. Yeah, there we go. We'll end up filling up all those rooms. I see a little bit of gemage over there, so we might as well mine that out. And you know what? We'll just go like that. Make that happen for now. So, looks like there's just a ton of magnetite here. Which I mean is okay, but it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm really hoping for stuff we can burn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel all that for now. What do we got? Are these different magnetite? Oh, it just looks different a little bit. The sprite. Okay, so let's just then dig out a tunnel here. Oh, that would explain why. Dig out a tunnel there, see if you find anything there. And then what we're going to do is, yeah, let them keep digging here. Again, we're not finding a lot. We'll have to do some more exploratory mining, but we'll use macros for that later. But so yeah, what I'm going to do just is build another stairwell down here. And then, do we have another mechanism yet? Nope. Dwarfs are busy, it looks like. So I'm going to go like this. Oops, not repeat. Prioritize. Will somebody run over there now? See what happens. This guy is moving a little slow. Is he an old guy or what? No, not really. Okay, he's gonna make that rock mechanism real quick for us. So then that way... Okay, do we have a rock mechanism? Yeah, somebody made it there. Okay, so now we can... What's wrong with that one? Should be able to... I'm slightly confused. This should totally be accessible. Let's destroy that for a second. See what happens. Okay, I'm gonna try this again here. Machines, lever. Put the lever there. Use that one. Link lever. Maybe I need two I need two of them. Because I should have one available. It's telling me one's used. So many interesting mechanics. There's definitely a reason why they're not doing that. Got a work order for beds, I think. Yeah. Got enough beds. Completed our trade. And then what are we doing? We're making crafts, right? Limestone crafts. Okay. Okay. Can we try this again? Okay, there we go. It tells you right there. Will be installed at the lever and then installed at the target. So we needed two on hand. So now that we have two on hand, all we have to do is click it. So as you can see, somebody is going to link this, and then it's going to... There. Is it linked? There we go. It's gone. So now when we're at the lever, if we click pull the lever, we'll watch. Boom. Our gate can close. We can seal ourselves in a bit. We have no Oh, actually, see, there's holes in the floor. Shale, open space. That's a large log. So I'm going to cover up that space. Construction, floor, use closest material. I don't really care too much about it. And then what we'll do is we'll eventually close this in a little better. But that gives us a small form of defense. Now, did we set up a burrow yet? No, we haven't. So initially the feature wasn't properly set up, but it is now. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of select a space where all our dwarves will be safe. So I don't think I even want them to be on this floor when the time comes, but I want them to be down here. So we're going to zoom out a bit. We're going to go here. U is the hotkey, but I just clicked my buttons. And we're going to set up a burrow like that. And I'd like to make this one green. And white. It's a little more viewable. And then that'll be, is there like a little house? Call that one house. Okay, and then we can keep painting this, because what we're going to do is we're going to go down each layer, and we're going to make sure that they can travel the stairs, make sure they can go down here, and do some exploring and mining. Like, if you really wanted, you could go and just go like the whole thing, but whatever works for you, you can expand it as is. They're allowed there. We're going to give them a lot of space on that one. And then they're going to be down here. They're going to be mining. So you know what? This one, let's just do like almost the whole map. Okay. So that's our burrow. And then so what we're going to do for assignments is initially they didn't have these buttons up here. And it made it a pain in the butt. You literally had to click. So if you had 120 dwarfs, you had to assign 120 dwarfs to the burrow. So what we want to do is we want to do all citizens. We're going to assign them all to the burrow. And as you can see, it's not assigning the 1, 2, 3 people we have as soldiers because we don't want them. So we will back out of here and we're going to pause the burrow right now. Right now, we don't really care that people have to be in the burrow, but when the time comes, we're now able to... Stray buck rabbit has been stung by a honeybee. Right now, the honeybees are my worst enemy on this save file. Okay, so I mean, we could get some bars going, but I don't know if that's the biggest priority right this minute. The drink seems to be going down a lot. So maybe, do we have 2 stills? Or do we only have 1 still? We got a still there, and we got a still there. So well, they should be producing enough. But they're only producing 5 a day. So let's make 10 a day as the threshold now. Oh, the amount of drinks, oh, is only 50. Yeah, no. Let's step that up. Blue drink to 100. And then 10 a day. That'll keep up a little better. We probably have enough wood bins and barrels for now. Now, there is an alternative, too, is for barrels. If you don't want to use too much wood, you don't have a lot of wood, you can make, I think it's rock pots. Is that what it is? Rock pot? I think that's what it is. Because if you go stone pot, it's different. We don't want to do that. We want to make rock pots. So you could use rock as well if you don't want to make the barrels. I'm just going to stick with barrels for now. Okay, so they've gone down here. Let's do them. Let's have them dig out this whole area, actually. And then what we're going to use is we're going to use this as kind of like a backup storage as well. Like this will be, we could do one up here too. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a, actually, well, no, this is kind of our hospital floor. Let's mine that one out too and see. That'll keep the miners busy for a bit. Yeah, you're great at crafting. That's awesome that we have this guy making some decent stuff. Because we could get a jeweler's workshop going and then start encrusting those items. And then that way, you know, like we could sell 10 or 15 items and it would be worth quite a bit of money because we're making good use of the gems. I think what I'm going to do right now, just because I want to get some form of industry going, is I'm going to chop down a bunch more trees while those guys are mining. I'm going to go up here and get all these ones behind us. Is there? No, there's no gathering zone there. Turn this here, and honestly, I'm just going to say chop all those for me. Just get them away from our base up top. And then it seems like they stopped growing over there anyways. Oh, we got a fair bit to work with. So then what we'll do is we'll get our base in our basement. We'll get it a little ready for making some product. Now, I haven't set up all the proper stockpiles. I'm going to do an episode about setting these up and making them more efficient after, but right now we're just still getting the basics. So, we're doing an ashery. We potentially want this. We've got our mechanic making stuff, but we're going to need our metalsmith, and we're going to need a smelter. So, but what we'll do up here is we're going to go to furnace, and we're going to go to wood furnace, and we're going to set that up here. Looks like I'm using shale. Do not have shale blocks being built. I should probably be doing this here. Bauxite blocks. 50 at a time. Shale blocks. 100 at a time. I think I'm a little busy right now. I think that's probably what's going on. Because I have a lot of people down mining and stuff. So, if we scroll up now, yeah, you can't see into our base. Sandy clay. Need empty food storage item. I'm keeping people busy. That's part of the issue. Like out of 22, 3 of these guys are training constantly, so that's down to 19, and then 8 of them are children. So we only have 11 dwarfs who are actually capable of doing tasks, and I have a lot of them set up as miners, so they're kind of taking that as priority. I was really hoping to find something something good down here. Let's change this priority to 6, and then this one too, we'll change it to 6. Now, I don't know where this priority 6 sits below everything else, but maybe they'll do crafting and stuff beforehand. Because we could really use... Yeah, so there we go. Somebody's making barrels now. So the wood furnace, we can go down here, and you can always verify what you want to make. But we don't want to make ash. Ash is used for... what is it? It's definitely used for making fertilizer, amongst other things. I think ash goes into lye or something and into soap as well, but we're not doing that. We want charcoal. So let's set it to do 10 charcoal if the amount of refined charcoal is less than 20. And we're going to need 10 logs because 10 logs will make 10 charcoal. So that's going to get us set up in so we can actually smelt some things. So let's set up now down here, workshops, furnace, a smelter. So we're not going to do anything with magma. We don't have access to magma yet. We'll set up a furnace, a smelter down there. And then we're going to mine out some more space here. Those guys are working away down there. Yeah. We'll just let them whittle away. It's winter, so we'll let them do their thing. Lots of trees been chopped. That's just gonna kind of sit there and wait. What is this stockpile zone? Oh, I'm a layer high. So the Z layers, the mod, that's what it does, right? It kind of blends them a little better, so you can see trees in different views. But like that's what it was confusing me there. It looked like I could grab this layer, but it was actually down here. So that's our refuse pile. What about corpse? Do I not have one for corpses? Oh yeah, I put corpses way over there. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave the refuse there for now. Of course I paused it. We got our guys training. Did we get any new livestock with the migrants? Oh, I put all the animals in here. Screw it. The dogs and even the bunnies can go run around. Now, we talked about setting up training so for the pets. So I might just do that too. Animal training. Except, so there's an animal training zone now. You don't have to do anything special with it. but then when you go over to your pets and livestock, it'll show you what's allowed to be trained as what. So we can assign a trainer if we want. I think I'm just going to toggle and then see it shows you any trainer. So we'll tame all three of these female dogs to be hunting dogs. So I think it'll automatically happen. I think somebody with the skill will take over and handle that. We got guys making charcoal and stuff, and I'm pretty sure it ends up in here for now. Bars and under coal. We'll change that later. Like I said, we'll get everything nicely organized. Bauxite. Wish the bins held more than 10 at a time, because that's all bauxite at this point. We'll make up some backup stockpiles. There you go. So the dogs are already hunting dogs. That's good. And so I think they'll be a little more use. They'll be a little more protective. Food and drink's okay now. Tons of seeds. We're back on track. We want to keep some liquid here. This is where people can come to drink without having to run all the way down to the basement. We should probably... Do I have an easy meal order set up yet? I think I'm going to start doing that, even though I don't have... I don't have meat or fish really coming in. But we'll still set up a work order for easy... Oops. Easy meal. And then we'll prepare 10... Something like they need to eat twice a season. I don't know exactly how much they need, but the amount of unrotten prepared meals is less than 30. Make 10. I'm not going to put all the other parameters in either, because I don't really know what they need to cook. So, and you guys need food storage bins, eh? Maybe I should dial back on the mining here. Let's just go like this then, and get rid of that mining order. And we're going to get rid of this mining order. Limestone. I don't want limestone. I want something good. Something that I can burn. So yeah, we'll let them get caught up, making some bins, some storage, so that they can make some more drinks and blah, blah, blah. What do I have it as the... I got 2 barrel. Let's do... Oh no, I do got, oops. 2, 2. We'll change that one up to 2 as well. So there's a couple more sitting around. Charcoal's being done. Make 1. I want to change this to 2 if there's less than 1. That should always have 2 floating around then. Tables and thrones. Good. We've got some on standby. So everything is looking pretty good in terms of the basics running. So we've got a smelter set up now. I think I'm just going to get just a small amount going here. We're going to go and we're going to verify it's magnetite. Yep. So we're going to go workers. Now you could set it up specifically to this shop, but I don't want to do that. Like later on we probably will. We'll have a shop dedicated to smelting and a shop dedicated to crafting and all that fun stuff. But in this one we're going to smelt magnetite ore. And then we want to set that. I want you to do 5 at a time if the amount of iron bars is less than 20. And we need 5 magnetite, and we're going to need refined coal. So 5 of that and 5 of that. So they're making 10 charcoal a day if there's under a certain amount. So that's going to kind of cover that area. Okay, yep. Okay, so I guess the next place we need to be, how's our list looking? It's getting pretty low. See, like this guy, I wonder if I should just make Zephon making every one of the crafts. Labor. See, there's not specifically one for that. So you could go, we could go There's too much option that I don't know crafts. Now, so I want him to be the tavern keeper too. Healthcare. So I hope he's going to do that job too. So we'll go done, and we're going to call this one crafts. Excuse me, my keyboard is not the greatest. I need to upgrade. Crafts. So we want Zephon to do this, but we want him to be the only one making crafts right now. So he's going to, in theory, in my mind, he's going to alternate between performing, making crafts, and taking care of himself. So we'll see how that works out. That's Zephon there. So maybe Udo will finish his, and then he's going to probably say, that's it, I'm done. And then Zephon's going to come over here, and he's going to make the crafts. And so the reason why we want to do that is because he's an expert. What is he an expert at again? High Master Stone Crafter. Yeah, so he's like specifically good at making like, yeah, those kinds of things. So that'll be good for them. So it looks like we got somebody in there smelting. And so see, he's got to walk all the way over. Where's he got to go to throw those bars and blocks? I think he's bringing them all the way over here because, yeah, because we don't have a zone set up. So I think what I want to do now is I want to set up, we're going to set it up down here. We're going to set up this stockpile. Oops. I'm going to set up a stockpile right down here. And it's going to be custom, and it's going to be bars, and it's going to be only metal bars. And then, so, I think we want to feed those. We're just going to leave that there for now. Because in theory now, he won't be taking it from so far away. So actually, let's go like this too. And make a separate section here. That's going to be custom, bars, blocks, other, and coal. So that should bring over the charcoal. Well, it's not going to necessarily bring it over unless we force it to. So what we can do is we can make it so this wood furnace, there's different ways you can do this. So we can make it so that this furnace will take items from here. But so once that happens, now we have to tell it where it's going to give items as well. So let's say you give items to that pile. And then so same thing with, actually no, I don't want it to give a stockpile there. Let's take that one off. Let's go create a new stockpile right here. Except, see, I could put wood right in the middle here, actually. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to get rid of this stockpile. And it might be a little bit of backtracking, but the whole idea is that the workers themselves don't have to travel far. So we're going to go custom here, bars, blocks, and we're going to put coal in here. So these guys, what they're going to do is they're going to take from there, and they're going to give to that stockpile. So we'll set this up for the same one here. We want them to give items to here, and we want them to take items from there. So now we've specified that nobody's going to run upstairs to grab wood, and then the charcoal's going to go here. Then what we actually want this stockpile to do is we want this stockpile to give items to this stockpile, right? What was this one? Yeah, this is our, so yeah, we should label this. Cool. So now this furnace is taking from the two wood, or this stockpile is taking from the two wood furnace, and it's going to give to the coal down there. Okay? And then this smelter will say we want it to give items to here, and we want it to take items from there. Is that going to work? Yeah, but then we also want it to take items from here, because then otherwise it's got to have stuff to craft. Let's call this stockpile Magnetite. Is that what it's called? Magnetite? Is that a Pokemon? I feel like that's a Pokemon, but yeah. I'm no longer a Poke expert like I once was. I kind of gave up after the first 150. Okay, so what's everybody doing? Everybody's got some stuff to do. They're making wooden bins. There's people sleeping. So we could start planning ahead and adding a few more rooms as well. That'll help us uh what mine out a little bit more. Oh, I don't have. I have to go to keybind game and turn on the keyboard cursor. So once we go back to here now, I've loaded that. Can we just go straight to pasting? Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, that doesn't work for this one. Well, we've made it into our second year. We are now in year 101. And everything is going hunky dory, as some people like to put it. So I'm going to let this save happen here. And then we'll put a couple more rooms on this side too. And then while I'm down here, oh yeah, you can do shift arrow to speed up your movement. I'm still going to paste these two here. And then we'll just modify them quick. So we'll just grab the eraser. We'll erase that. And then we'll just go and we'll mine out. Yeah, we're on. We'll change these ones. Yeah, they're all on 6. So we'll just keep them at 6. So we'll get them to mine out this stuff. I'll make that layer go time. That'll give our miners something to do when they got a minute. And then we'll have some rooms being dug out as backup. And needs a find ore. So it's in linked stockpile. Okay, so part of the problem is right now is this stockpile has the coal in it. So I'm going to turn off coal from this stockpile. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if people start to move it. So yeah, it looks like they're hauling it over there, and then boom. See what's happening? That one's closer, so they're moving the charcoal there, and then they're moving it over here. So now, if we're, it takes from the coal. There we go. Bingo. So because there was nothing in this stockpile, nothing was going to happen. Okay, I think we'll probably put a cut in it here, and then next episode we'll talk about crafting gear and putting armor on our squads, and then maybe we'll do some more fortifications as well as expansion. All right, everybody, I hope you got something out of this. This was episode 3. We'll be back in the near future with some more. Take her easy.